we couldn't go to the photography show in London and not stop by Sigma. There's so much going on, and we have Tim with us again. Tim is the main boss of Sigma, manager of Sigma, right? In the UK?
Well, not quite, but yeah, maybe one day.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Right, so Tim, tell us about all this cool stuff here. Let's start from the lenses, and then we're going to move on to the camera. If that's okay. It's very interesting. I have a lot to say about it.
Yeah.
But let's do the lenses. This monstrosity here, what is this? This is 300 to 600.
Yeah.
And this is brand new, I guess, right?
It's brand new, yeah. It comes out in April, so this is just a pre-production sample, so it's not actually on sale yet, but you can pre-order it from now. So yeah, 300, 600, and it's f4 throughout, so it's a really, really fast lens.
Wow, okay.
It's actually a really unique lens because there isn't another 600mm zoom that does f4.
Yeah, all the way.
Aperture, yeah. So it's like sort of a first of its kind, and yeah, sports, wildlife, aviation, motorsport, brilliant for all those things. It's got a rear filter holder in the back that you can put your filters in there, and there's going to be a few different types of filter: polarizer, ND filter.
Does
UV.
it come with filters or?
It comes with I think it's a UV, but you can buy extra filters that fit in. So yeah.
Awesome, that's perfect. Well, I've had a chance to play with it a little bit. The stabilization on it is incredible.
It is.
Honestly, like this is what, 4 kilograms?
Yeah, just under 4 kilograms. Yeah.
Under 4, yeah. So this is a heavy lens, obviously. It's a big lens. Has to be heavy, right? But the stabilization is so perfect that I don't have to even think about it too much. Like obviously you need a good autofocus as well because it needs to keep up with it. But yeah, this is such a beast and such a capable lens as well. It's incredible.
So yeah, image stabilization is 5.5 stops at the tight end, so it's pretty good. You can move the camera quite a bit and it still stays steady. Yeah.
Just holding it right now. Obviously, I can't show to the camera, but I can easily focus on somebody's face far away without even worrying about having them in frame because it's so good. I mean, it's incredible. This is a massive lens. So, how much is it?
So it's just under 6,000. So 5,899. Yeah. So it's
that's a good price.
Pretty well priced for a lens of that type. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's really good price, especially with f4 across the whole range. It's incredible, honestly.
That's right, and it's and I would say it's prime lens image quality in a zoom. So it's kind of and prime lens aperture as well. So it's kind of like having a prime lens with the flexibility of the zoom.
Absolutely.
So it's really, really useful.
Zooming in from 3 to 600, I can't really tell much difference on the inside, like the movement of the weight. There isn't that much, is there?
No, that's right. Yeah, it's internal zoom and internal focus, so the length of the lens doesn't change. And like you say, the center of balance doesn't change much either. So when you zoom in, it doesn't suddenly feel like the lens gets heavy or light. You know, it's a really impressive bit of optical engineering. It's amazing.
Absolutely. Well, this is great. So this is the biggest you have right now, right?
Yes, I would say this is our flagship kind of sports lens.
The top of the range. So let's move down with sizes. This is 16 to 300. That's very versatile.
Yes.
And this is 3.5 to 6.7. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So who would you say this is for, and what mounts does it come in?
Yeah, so I guess it's kind of an all-in-one lens, really. It's because it goes. I mean, it's an APS-C lens, so at the 16 end, at the wide end, it's kind of in the low to mid 20s, depending on which camera you use. So it goes quite wide, and then at 300mm, you're up at like 450mm-ish on an APS-C camera. So yeah, you can use it for anything from landscapes at the wide end, right through kind of portrait, street, right up to wildlife at the. You can genuinely shoot wildlife on this because it goes to about 450mm equivalent. So yeah, birds, motorsport, sports, yeah.
What about the distortions though? Because obviously 16 is very wide and 300 is very far away.
Yeah.
So there must be something, right? There must be some sort of distortion somewhere.
We correct distortion as much as we can optically, so in camera, but we also use in-camera distortion correction so that so if there is any sort of very minor barrel or pincushion distortion, the camera can sort that out. I mean, that's common on all lenses today. So
absolutely.
And that enables us to get the lenses smaller and lighter, because if you had to correct everything optically, then you're going to end up with a huge lens. So I think most people would prefer to have a smaller lens.
I mean, I don't want to call it a compromise, but with this range, there has to be something, right? It doesn't matter what the lens is. Like you can't have something this far away from you and like 20 meters away and look exactly the same. the optics just don't work like this. You know, physics basically
Yeah.
limit you. But yeah, this seems great. This is amazing. Like especially
super small.
Yeah, absolutely. Very light, very small.
Yeah.
I mean, this is something I get questions all the time. What do I buy to start with? And I always say get something with a bit of a range. Maybe not up to 300 initially, but if you want to see further, obviously I would go with something like this.
Yeah, it's a really good like kit lens replacement. So if you have an 18-50 on your camera that sort of came with the camera, it's a really good upgrade to go to that because it just gives you a bit wider and a lot tighter. So it gives you a bit of everything. So you can shoot anything with it. It's great. And you asked me about mounts. Yeah. So it's on E mount, L mount. So that's Panasonic full frame and Leica and Sigma. And then it's also on X mount. So Fuji users and RF, which is great. So those 4 mounts.
And as far as I know, your new camera also uses L mount, right?
That's correct. Yep. The
so
BF.
you could use it on this camera as well.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay. So let's move on to the BF, the famous new camera from Sigma. Yeah. I have to say this is something different. Tell me about the choices. So obviously you guys know exactly what we need. I feel like this is more to show what you can do visually. So who is the actual end user of this camera, in your opinion?
It's a good question. I mean, I think the feeling was that, you know, cameras have looked the same for a really long time now, and they've worked the same. So if you pick up a camera from the 90s and you pick up a new camera today, they're almost identical. Like the mode dial's in the same place, even the same little logos are on the mode dial. Modern digital cameras are generally basically a sort of a hangover from the film age. And I think Sigma just felt that it was time to like rip that up and start again and work out what's actually important when you're taking pictures. And this is what they came up with. It's a little bit like what Tesla did for car dashboards. You know, remember when like a Nissan Cherry from the 90s kind of looks the same as like something from 2015. It's the same buttons and there's like a radio in the middle and then Tesla were like, forget all that. Let's start again.
Start from scratch.
We'll clean it all up. We'll just have a screen and minimal buttons and I kind of feel like that's what that is in the camera world. It's like a rethink on how cameras are used and what they look like. And I think my feeling is that other brands are going to follow suit on that because there's been huge interest in it. It's really simple to use.
The thing is, it's completely different to other cameras. There's no other way around it. This is a camera that definitely makes a statement visually.
Yes.
Do you know why some choices were made? For example, why internal memory and not a card? Or why there's no more functionality at the top of the camera? I would personally like that, but then again, it would change the look of it, right? So I assume the looks was the main driving force behind it. Is that right?
Yeah, I think there was a lot of inspiration drawn from smartphones because smartphones have become so dominant now and they're getting pretty good. And most people have got one in their pocket, and that's the choice that a lot of people make when they're taking pictures these days. Yeah. So I think the feeling was that like a DSLR or a mirrorless camera tend to be just like too complicated and too cluttered for most people. And so I think we were thinking, hang on, what if we made a full frame camera that was kind of similar to a smartphone in the way that it works? So super simple, 1 button on the top, 3 buttons on the back, internal memory. So it kind of feels like you're using a smartphone. Even the buttons are haptic, so you know on an iPhone you get haptic buttons where they're pressure sensitive. Exactly the same on this. It's really, really simple. 1 dial, 3 buttons. No sort of there's a USB-C slot, but there's no other kind of nothing comes open. There's no it's just a super simple design, and I think it works really well.
So simplicity and fashion.
Yes, yeah. And it looks good, which is
absolutely.
The casing, the aluminium casing, that is milled from a single ingot, so 1 piece of aluminium. I was in the factory last week and watching them being made, and they're like, it's literally just a lump of aluminium that goes into this machine, and it carves it all out, and it takes over 7 hours to do 1 body.
Really?
Just like constantly carving for 7 hours. So it's a really slow process, but it looks great. So the whole thing is just 1 piece. It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it's an incredible camera. It's definitely a statement, definitely something different. It's going to stir up the market. I want to tell you right now, there are very strong opinions about it online, but at the end of the day, if it sells, people want it, right? And I think it's going to sell very well because it is definitely something that shows, I don't want to say like you are elite, but it takes you to the next level.
I think it does. I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, this is great. So what comes with it? You have obviously some lenses for it, right? We have a couple here.
Yeah, we do. Yes, we've got a range of lenses called our I series, and they're all black until this point, and they're all metal. They've got aperture rings, and we decided that we would re-release them in silver as well to match the silver body of the camera. So if you buy the black version of the BF, you'll probably use the black I-series lens, and if you buy the silver body, you'll probably use the silver one. But you can interchange them.
Awesome.
But yeah, I've noticed some people have been saying that they prefer like the black body with the silver lens, or, or vice
absolutely.
versa. And they look
I mean,
really
this is
good.
more like a classic look, isn't it?
Yeah.
Silver lenses and black bodies, and maybe black and white bodies and silver lenses. It's definitely a retro look, but I think this is future, not retro. This is more futuristic look rather than going back in time. And as I said, you want to change something up, right? You want to show something new and different. So it's definitely something to look forward to. Would you say this is first one in a line of these cameras? Or?
That's a good question. We're not sure. I mean, the last camera that we released was the FP, and we released a 24 megapixel FP, and then we followed it up with an FPL, which was 61 megapixel. So maybe this will be the same here, but that's, I mean, I don't know. That's above my pay grade, so I'm not sure. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I think if it's successful, I'm sure we'll see more of them, because yeah, they're brilliant cameras.
Awesome. And lastly, not about gear, but about your trip to Japan. I know you've been to Sigma HQ. How was it? Tell us a little bit about it.
It was amazing. Yeah, amazing. It's always a really interesting visit. The factory is in sort of North Japan, so it's about 4 hours drive north of Tokyo. And so when we were in Tokyo, it was like the weather now, like 12, 13, 14 degrees. And then when you get up to Aizu, which is where our factory is, it was like a meter of snow on the ground. So
wow,
it's amazing. It's really snowy up there because the factory is kind of in the hills. So the water has to be like very pure. We use that to polish the lenses. Because the glass takes quite a long time to polish, and it has to have very, very clean water. Yeah.
I really want my viewers to take a look at your video from the HQ where you met the big boss. I can't pronounce his name. Can you say
Mr. Imaki, yeah.
That's
Mr.
it, yes.
Imaki, yeah.
He designed the HQ, right? He designed the building.
That's right, yeah. He designed it.
That was in COVID, right?
Well, actually, I say he designed it. He was very involved in the design. Yeah. There was a few designers involved, a few architects, and it's amazing. It's very modern. It almost feels kind of Scandinavian. It's really modern. Yeah. Lots of glass, and it's a beautiful place.
I mean, just from the interview that you've done with him, I can tell he's got huge passion for what he does, for his business, for every product he makes. Or gets involved in, I suppose. So if anyone from my audience hasn't had a chance to see the video on Sigma UK, is it?
Sigma UK's channel,
Sigma UK channel, yeah. Have a look, because it's incredible. I've had so much fun watching it and just learning about what is it like over there. Because we obviously get you guys here, but we never get to see your HQ. But over there, this is like a statement, right? It has to be on camera, has to look good, and it's all kind of made to be impressive, right?
That's true. And Mr. Imaki, he's an incredibly nice guy, really nice guy, and he's really kind of chilled out. Very sort of quite un-CEO like. CEOs are normally quite like, serious and kind of, and they're all about the sales. But he's really involved in the design of everything, and he's really inspirational, very inspirational guy, and very interested in design, from the products right through to the branding and even the buildings we have, and he's an amazing guy.
Awesome. So last question, is there anything specific we should look forward to from Sigma?
Actually, I'd like to know that as well, because we don't get told, but I think we usually release about 10 lenses a year. These are a great start this year. I'm sure we'll have, there's two lenses, at the moment, plus the
silver.
And a new camera, and then probably in the rest of the year we'll probably have another few lenses coming the rest of the year. I'm sure we will. So
awesome. I'm actually here at the show to buy some lenses from you guys. So
perfect.
Perfect timing. Brilliant. Well, thank you very much.
What are you going to buy?
Oh, so what I want is something like 35, or maybe your zoom, the 1.8. Is it 20 something to 40 something?
2845. Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, there's one of those around somewhere. I think is that it? 28. There it is. Yeah. 28 to 45. Yeah. F1.8. So that's
perfect.
The only f1.8 full frame zoom ever made.
Absolutely, and I actually want it for my professional work.
Yeah.
So this
I
is
use that
definitely
for video. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is definitely something I want. It's not in Z mount yet, is it?
No.
No.
Just
it won't be.
Well, we don't really know, but it's not. There's no signs of that coming yet.
Okay, that's fine. So I'll get the older mount. That's fine. I don't mind it. I mean, in my opinion, the bigger lens the better. But you know, because obviously I have to add the adapter to it. That's why I say bigger. But yeah, I'd love one of these, and I'll definitely get one today. So thank you very much for your time, team.
Thank you. Always a pleasure.
To meet you. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you.